QR codes like this one, which can be used to send money or pay for goods and services, are a common sight. Not just in almost every shop or establishment, but on the cell phones of friends and acquaintances. There is a reason for this. It's easy, it's secure, and it's almost instantaneous. This explains why 6 years since it was launched, the United Payments Interface, or UPI, has become a popular mode of payments and money transfers. Data from NPCI shows that both transaction volumes and transaction values have been rising steadily over the years. From 2.65 million transactions together worth over 893 crore rupees in 2016 to over 74,000 million transactions worth nearly 125 lakh crore rupees in 2022. The numbers for 2022 point to a 52% jump in volumes year on year and a 56% jump in total value. A lot of this spike has been rather recent.
Online payments in India have been received rather well after the introduction of UPI apps. This can be attributed to the digital revolution that took shape during the COVID-19 pandemic or government's push for online payments. With newer mandates set to come in to enhance its usability, UPI apps on your phone are going to become indispensable.
So Google Pay, PhonePe, Paytm, and others apps. So they have kind of pushed that adoption, and people have started using them. The other thing that these apps did was, or these platforms did, was to tie up with various food delivery chains and other organizations primarily during COVID, and the adoption went up significantly at that time.
CNBC-TV18 conducted an online poll of over 150 members of Gen Z and millennials across urban, Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities to understand their preferences and experiences with UPI. Gen Z and millennials, because that's the generation that's growing up with exposure to online payments, the results show that it's the convenience factor that has driven adoption.
5-6 times a day.
Once in a day?
No, I do not use UPI apps.
I have about 50 transactions a day.
I think pretty much for every transaction, I am very frequent with UPI. In fact, even when I take a rickshaw, my first question is UPI later up.
The poll also threw up some interesting trends. Over 96% of the respondents said they use UPI to pay for goods and services. Of this 96%, over 78% said they use UPI every day, and 14% said they use it at least once a week. So what are the most favored UPI-based payments apps? Google Pay, Paytm, and PhonePe top the list, with the majority of the respondents picking GPay as their number one choice.
That is because I fear fraudulent transactions, so I do not use them.
Only Google Pay for everything.
GPay, I would say.
The most popular one that I use very often is Google Pay.
In UPI, I use GPay and PhonePe.
I am currently using Paytm.
पहले थोड़ा कैश होता था, अभी ज़्यादा फिलहाल कुछ महीने थोड़ा ज़्यादा चल रहा है ऑनलाइन. अभी छुट्टे का थोड़ा ये हो गया, इजी हो गया.
CNBC TV18's poll reflects that young India, which constitutes of students and recently turned working professionals, have absorbed UPI apps extensively. Our poll has also gathered information on young India's spending habits and if UPI has hindered savings. That and more in our next story in Mumbai, Radhika Udas.